We dedicate this season to friend of the pod, Christian Salisbury. A life and talent taken from the herd way too early. He will be remembered for his speed and agility, but most of all his smile and infectious enthusiasm. If you're able, go to the link in the description and donate to the Christian Salisbury Memorial Fund and help more kids like Christian find their way to professional football. Carry that rock in peace, my friend. You will be missed.
Who it is. This is a brotherhood. And if we stand strong together, we can't be denied. If one of us goes down, we have another, and another, and another that's ready to fight. So let's hit this field and bang them, bang them, bang them. Somebody light me up.
It's time to huddle up. It's the Turf District Podcast. Welcome back to the Turf District, where we huddle up to talk all things Edmonton Elks and the CFL. And we're a proud member of the Canadian Football Podcast Network. I'm Andrew, and welcome to Turf District Tuesdays. And yes, my camera is fixed, and I actually look a little better and a little less egghead. I know it's, not as SCTV, but it's still exciting. Thank you for joining us tonight live on YouTube, or if you've downloaded the podcast, thank you so much for doing that. Make sure you share the links, hit the little like and subscribe, leave a comment, all those things that'll help grow the show. We really appreciate it. And thanks for taking the time. Before we get to all of the gang that's here tonight, maybe a couple a little bit delayed, but happy Mother's Day to all the Mother's Day people, all the mothers that we know in our world, and thank you for doing all the wonderful things that you do. We're so glad that you're part of our world. So let's get on to who's here, starting with the one and only super fan Mike. There they are. Like and subscribe.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Like and subscribe looked like they were a little more excited this week.
Well, it's a wonder. I mean, we actually got to see some live football.
What? Live football?
Oh, it's just like waking up on Christmas morning some days.
not even like it really
Yeah,
is.
it
It
really
really is.
is. Yeah.
It was yeah, no, what a wonderful few days.
Oh, it's been absolutely phenomenal, especially considering we had such lovely weather for those first 2 days. Not so great today, but
Yes. Yeah, a little less great today. Yeah.
a little
Mhm.
less great. But they still
Yeah.
managed to get something done in the field house, so that's good.
Yes, and sounded like the pads were on and was getting
Yes.
getting some banging going.
Yeah.
That did not sound correct.
Nope.
They were hitting each
Popping.
other. Wait, none of this is getting any better. Okay.
Pads were popping.
Excellent. Well, that's exciting. Before we bring our guest in, Mike, we did hear from our good friend Melissa, who was
Yes.
surprised by the team with a signed jersey from everybody and a FaceTime call on Mother's Day. Love to hear it.
Absolutely. It just shows that she is and will always be part of our football family and part of the Elks organization. So um, we will always miss her son Christian,
Yep.
and he will always be in our thoughts, just as just as a remarkable human being, not just for what he did on the field. And it's great that they're able to give a little expression of how much he and she mean to the team, especially all those staff that got to know them.
Yeah, absolutely. It was awesome to hear. Awesome,
Yeah,
awesome to hear. Uh, More kind of maybe positive note, the tailgate spots are all locked in, super fan.
absolutely. Locked in and paid for.
That's right. We are less than 2 weeks away from the preseason game.
Yes.
Now I know the full menu is going to be coming with some new offerings, and I don't
Yep.
want to, get too deep into it. But
Not yet.
our preseason game, what do we got coming?
We're going to be doing, probably just because it's preseason and we
Mhm.
want to ease into this. We're going to have a little more simplified menu. I think we're going to try and do some smash burgers and some hot
Ooh,
dogs.
smash burgers.
Oh, they're so good.
I'm so
They will
excited for this.
change your life.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
So I even fired up the generator tonight, made sure it was all ready to go. So
Outstanding. Maybe see a game or something
well,
before.
you never know. The
Who
tailgate
knows?
gets bigger.
I
Yeah.
know we have to decide what game we're going to watch.
That's
There
right.
are a few to pick from.
Yeah, you have a couple.
Just a couple. Maybe it
Exactly.
doesn't have to be a game. Maybe it could be a parade or
Oh, basketball game.
could be a basketball game. You
Could be
never
that.
know.
You never know. Yep.
Yep.
It's always a surprise at the Turf District tailgate. So,
That's right.
yep.
So even to us.
That's- I love it. Excellent. All right, let's bring in our guest
Yes.
for this special camp kickoff. We welcome back one of the people that is the best at handing out training camp nicknames.
Yep.
Welcome back to the show, Linda. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me. It's wonderful to be back, and it's so good to be at camp.
Yes.
Right? Isn't that nice? It's such a it's so great to have the camp feeling. I'm so happy that Brian joined us at the same time
Yep.
because we just like Mike said, first time we got him on the show, so that's
Making his
exciting.
Turf District debut.
That was a gift from Rhonda from Spirit Travel. Had that made up for Grey Cup, and there's probably 1,000 people had pictures with them.
That is awesome.
Really, that's awesome. That is so amazing. Tell us a little bit here, Linda. I mean, happy training camp. We've got a new year. We've got a new team. What was the feeling like for you walking back into Commonwealth this year?
Well, you were comparing it to Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas usually has a lot of fights at our place, so it's way better than Christmas.
Well,
It's the
we've seen a
best
couple.
day ever. Yeah, like hold my teeth, right?
Yeah.
No, it was just amazing. And I think, what did we have? 30 of us that first day, and
Yeah.
just to be together on a beautiful day and see the guys, hear the guys say, "Who is that guy?"
Yep. Always like that guy.
Share our one roster. It was great. Which is one more roster than we had. One more roster than we had last year, so I'm feeling really good about day
Absolutely.
1 and 2.
It's very we're ahead of the game. That's the truth.
I'm seeing the improvements all over the place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What Oh, Mike, I'm stepping on you. That's your choice. That's your turn.
Oh, well, again, we've already been in camp for a couple of days now, and something you are always fantastic at. Do we have any nicknames for some of the players yet?
Me?
Sure.
Yes.
Well, we had Spanx and Speedo on first day. Basically, of course, on wardrobe. But I do think I think we're gonna not go with Spanx for 82 Forbes Mont Blanc, and I think we'll go with Paul's recommendation that it's hamburger.
Absolutely.
As it should be. Yeah.
And I think there will be other Spanx guys soon enough.
Well, absolutely. And I mean, Sammy Coates in that Speedo, that was...
Did he get the same did he get the same look on the second day?
Sure did.
Sure did. It's like a really bizarre Superman.
Yeah, white jersey, white leggings, and a black Speedo. It's quite of a look.
Was it black or I think it's dark green.
It's green.
Oh, was it dark green?
Yeah.
Well, it was pretty sunny, so it's possible either way. It looks a little ridery to me, so I went with black.
You're sitting
I was
way
looking closer. Yeah.
That's what happens when you sit all the way back there. Yeah. Yeah.
Paul said French's nickname?
I was wondering if that would come up. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I'm not saying it. It's your show.
All right. Oh my, that was fantastic.
But I kind of wish his name was Lloyd for French.
That would have been fantastic.
That would have been great. Yeah, that's what it should have been. So somebody, his parents dropped the ball there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Brooks and Dunbar.
Oh yes, yeah, Brooks and Dunbar. Oh, and there was two Brooks, so we had Brooks.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Shannon and Linda
together.
Yeah, it's. I think that came out pretty quickly. Actually, the Brooks and Dunbar. That was fairly early on. All right, now I'm going to change gears a wee bit just because I wanted to ask you about this. I know that you ended up getting your name on the sticker on the helmet for the opening game. So tell us a little bit about winning that and kind of the feel about that promo.
Well, as soon as they announced the program, I thought O'Brien would be all over this. This is the best thing. And so I was, it was like a kid getting concert tickets. I was waiting for it to go live so that I could put Brian's name on, and that all went through. And then I got thinking like, oh, I kind of would like to go there with him. But I thought that ship had sailed. So at the Elks Women's Dinner, which was excellent this year, really good. I got it at auction. And
that is fantastic.
That contribution goes to the ovarian cancer research, but I do get my name, and Evan has said it can go with Brian's. So I'm pretty pleased about that.
That's just a win-win-win all around.
That is so amazing. And so I understand then afterwards you get like a framed sticker with all the names on it, right? So will you get two then?
I will.
That's awesome. Okay.
But I have a home in mind for the second one that
wonderful.
I can make a nice presentation of that.
Awesome.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I didn't get to see it. Mike, you said you saw it at the Wine Fest, but
yes, absolutely. They had it with the helmet as well. It looks fantastic. Looks really sharp.
Yeah. And they're only doing that just for the home opener, correct?
Correct.
And then that's it. Okay. But that's very cool. And I'm so glad that you got that.
Thank you. Me too. I have to wonder if it'll be like the GST. It was supposed to be temporary. I think when they see it's a cash cow, they'll probably have to do it again sometime.
Yeah.
It's just money, right? So
why would we should? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, they did sell it out the first time, so
yep.
Yeah.
I don't think as long as they don't do it too often, you don't want to go to the well too many times, like 9 times in a season. But I think if it was a once a year thing, I think it would really do well.
Yeah. And what just guesstimate, how many names are on the stickers?
90.
90. Okay. That wasn't a guesstimate.
No.
Okay.
I sat and counted.
Good for you. Good for you. Yeah. All right. Well, I should have known that's where you were headed. All right. You're
I
up,
wondered
Mike.
where you went at Wine Fest. That was another great event. So good to see the alumni. And
Yes.
and I think they did well on the auction. It was really well run this year. They made some good changes as well. And
Yeah.
it was fun.
I was really happy with what they did there. I mean, people that haven't been before, previously it was just like a raffle. You bought your tickets, they drew some names, and you got whatever the next prize was. Whereas this time it was a silent auction on, there must have been, 30 items?
Okay.
Maybe. And I mean, everything from, baskets of more booze. There was a Vizzy basket, which Jedi won.
Okay.
Came with a cool tray and like a dozen Vizzies. There was some wine. There was some beer. There was some gin even. And then there was football related items. Like there was a poster which was signed by a bunch of the alumni and all kinds of things. Jerseys, not even Edmonton stuff. There was a Calgary jersey. There was a Argos helmet that was signed by both Mookie Mitchell and Pinball Clemens. That went for.
And I got the Jonathan Jennings BC jersey.
Yeah, Jonathan Jennings jersey. So yeah, some really cool items. I know.
I got that
one. Yeah, it was great, and they were bid on by a lot of people. It was great.
Wow, and you got the Jennings jersey, Linda?
Yeah, I did.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why. I'm still trying to get rid of stuff, but I just did it.
I mean, it's going to a really good cause, for sure, helping the alumni out, which is always a great cause. So,
yeah.
Anyway, we were talking about the upcoming season. We know, of course, you do take some trips during the year. Do you have any football-related trips planned for this season?
Well, we'll head to Calgary on Monday for the preseason game. We are looking at the game in Vancouver in June, but as so many people on the chat line know, there's no place to stay. Get a ticket, and it's always a good bet. Unless you want a 400 beans a night. So that's not coming together yet, but we haven't given up. I will be in Vancouver when Calgary plays, and so I might go to that. And I will be in Ontario during a Toronto game, not ours, whoever. I'll see if I can get to that. But that's all I've got on the books so far.
That's plenty. That's awesome.
Oh, Labor Day.
I was going to say, that's more than a lot of us.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm trying to arrange maybe to get a trip in this year. We'll see.
Oh, where are you thinking of going?
I don't know, but we have offices all across Canada, and we're hiring some new people. One of them is going to be in Ottawa. I'd love to go to that game.
Oh, there you go.
But we'll see. I think that's June 30th too. So maybe.
See, I have offices in Regina and in Winnipeg, and so I've already asked.
Condolences.
Like, is there a way that I could just happen to, maybe I have to work out of Saskatchewan for that day? Like, whatever, like it's fine. I could suck it up for one day. It'll be fine.
Maybe July 20th at Winnipeg.
Right? Like,
we'll arrange it for everybody.
It'd be lovely.
If anybody's going to Regina, I've got a brewery gift certificate that I'm not going to get to, so let me know and you can take it.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'll be on that. That's for sure. All right, let's get into camp here. I want to talk a little bit about the roster changes before we get into who we liked. The Elks released 15 the day before camp. Yep. The main one, of course, being Denzel Washington.
Right.
So much for the Oscar for the team. Couple other notable names. Ryan Meskel. I know that Mike, you and I talked about we liked his personality and what he brought on socials even.
Absolutely.
It was very fun. And Riley Safransky, which of course you said you knew, and that was
Well,
really
I don't know
cool.
him, but I went to
You know.
school with his dad,
Yeah,
so
right.
earning every one of these.
That's right. Very good. They also released wide receiver Gabriel Apia Kubi, which I know,
Oh,
Linda, you were upset by because we all want a Kubi.
I was gonna say nothing more Alberta than a Kubi.
Correct. Now moving to the suspended list, Kevin Francis, shocker.
Yeah,
So to the in the post day one scrum, Chris Jones just said that well, we just need to move on, and so I think that's where he'll stay. We'll see how that goes. Martez Ivy also to the suspended list, dealing with some passport issues. Hopefully not too long. And then Your Majesty Sanders added to the suspended list yesterday.
and then two more today.
Yeah, there was. I know I saw that, but I didn't grab the names.
Tariq Bateman and Tony Gray.
Thank you. Yes, both linemen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because we don't need any help in the line.
Right.
Yeah, right.
We're fine.
So they can all be suspended. Okay. Now we did sign a running back in Makai Johnson.
The day after we let him go.
Yeah, I know. Right.
We
See,
released on the 14th, signed on the 15th.
Don't go anywhere. Yeah. And then today we signed a global defensive lineman.
Yes.
I didn't write his name down. I'm very embarrassed.
Adam Rain
Yes.
something.
Yeah. All right. I know Jed said he really liked that pickup, so that's kind of cool. Good to have, and more global options is not a bad thing. Not that Faithful's been. We're going to talk about him in a minute, but it's good to have more global options. Elks also did a trade. Picked up offensive lineman Theron Churchill from Toronto for a conditional 6th round pick. Oh,
Yep.
Linda's happy about this one. That's good. He's wearing number 67, which is fine.
Which was Your Majesty Sanders' number? Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect. Now he was a 1st round pick in 2020, and he's also from Stettler, and he played for the Huskies. So
Yeah.
local guy. Nothing wrong with that. So, All right, training camp. Who stood out to you in the first couple of days? Linda, let's start with you.
Well,
I like that the paper comes out. Like, thanks,
I'm a writer. I have notes. Right? Well, I couldn't take my eyes off of Olivier Charles Pierre.
100%.
Like, he's a throwback to Jerome Haywood, who I also couldn't take my eyes off for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
But the guy has heart, and he's there on everything. And watching 2-3 guys trying to take him down, it became a game within a game watching him.
Right.
It's a great pick. And for a guy that's that big, he can move. I was really surprised, actually. And
he was as mobile at the end of the practice as he was at the beginning. He didn't seem to be losing any speed. So.
Yeah, it's really impressive when you're 375. Well, that's what they list.
Yeah. 375-ish.
Yeah. Ish. Paul just says in the chat she has a type. That's outstanding. It's not wrong. Was there anyone else that stood out to you?
I didn't watch the kicking game at all. It never got my attention. Well, although I did like when they were doing 2 of everything. I thought there was a new way to a 2-point conversion. Put 2 kickers out and 2 balls.
Yeah, I like it.
I thought we could make that work. I wasn't watching QBs at all. I like the receivers who just drop and do their own push-ups. I've always liked that. Mm-hmm. And there were a few, especially on day one. You could see the rust and the fear, but, they've eventually worked some of that stuff out. It took me till day 2 to make a cut.
Okay, wow.
And it locked my beady eyes on the brothers, but I'm going to be watching them.
The Woodley brothers?
Woodley and Wesley?
Apollon brothers, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't one go off with the
Wesley.
injury on the day one?
Yeah, Woodley.
Yeah. And then, all right. Well, I mean, Linda gets the cuts in the first couple of days. We know
Yep,
how that
that's
works.
fair.
Yeah. Not often wrong either. So that's a good thing. Mike, who stood out for you?
Like Linda, Olivier Charles Pierre was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Just specimen of a human being. He got some fantastic push on the one-on-ones against the offensive line. He is a beast in there, and it seemed like maybe he needs a little more seasoning just to know when to use it. But when when he was able to, wow, it was impressive to put those guys on roller skates that are like 350 pounds. But yeah, when you're 6'1" in both directions, that gives you a lot of push there. I really liked Lindimian Brooks at running back, number 30. His speed, his breakaway speed was absolutely phenomenal to watch. That was I really enjoyed. And then Enoch McConzo, I watched him quite a bit.
Okay.
He got an interception in that first day,
Mm-hmm.
and just watching everyone gather around him to celebrate with him just shows that he is really loved on this team.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think Michael Broderick did not look out of place,
Absolutely.
and which is really impressive. And again, he's a big dude for a
Yeah.
linebacker. I was really kind of impressed in how he fit in up front. The other one, Kyle from the L family, of course,
Yes.
Superman, the Superman family, and Marla Sean Franklin.
Right.
They both stood out at the halfback spot on day one.
Right.
And from Paul's reports today, they both stood out again. So we're looking for those guys who can play
Yep.
in the secondary, right? So it was interesting on day one
He
where
had you at Franklin, right?
what's that? Oh, he had me at
He had-
Franklin. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just needed to know the name. That's all. Easy jersey for me, like Franklin.
Number 32. There we go.
There we go. I don't have a 32 yet. It's perfect. Yeah. Hey. Well, it's not James, but it's close. Marla Sean, sure, we can get along. The other thing, Dylan Mitchell, I think he only dropped one ball on day one,
Yeah.
and it was because he slipped.
Right.
And so he really did stand out as well. I was lucky enough to catch up with him. So why don't we go to that interview and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more. So let's go to that right now. Joined by second-year receiver Dylan Mitchell. Welcome back.
Well, no, I'm glad to be back.
Yeah.
Camp is definitely something I've been looking forward to. So just knocking off the rust today was definitely something I was looking forward to.
Fantastic. How was your off season?
It was great. I spent most of my time with my family, just back in the States, just kind of working out. But yeah, just spending family time and just having some good time to myself and to my loved ones, my wife and my kids. So that's pretty much how I spent it.
That's the important part.
Yeah, that's the very important part. Very.
So you're back. It's the first day of training camp. How does it feel after the first day?
Honestly, it feels amazing, like being out here with the new guys and the rookies, and I guess being able to, not only just show my talent, but just be, I guess, more so stepping into a leader role this year. That's something I feel like I pride myself on doing better at, and I feel like just as far as seeing the younger guys' reaction off of me, just being able to be around during the rookie mini camp, and I feel like just the whole time, it was definitely something that I have grown with being a leader now.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and you can see it on the field.
Yeah.
I don't think you dropped one today, so that was outstanding. That was good.
I think I dropped one. Yeah, I gotta get it back.
Well, you slipped on one. It doesn't
Yeah,
really
that's
count.
what it
It
is.
doesn't really count. It's okay.
So, somebody got my back. Somebody got my back.
No, don't worry. We're all on top of it. I saw though in the middle of the practice, you did get over and be able to even talk to some of the kids in the stand.
Yeah.
It's a big part of being an Elks player is to actually be part of the community. How do you feel about that, and what do you take out of those interactions?
I would say mostly I was a kid that definitely I always wanted to meet a player or just to be spoken to. So just knowing that going out my way and just saying something, you never know who day it might make. And I feel like just with myself, I've been opening up a lot more, and I feel like not just getting myself involved, but getting everybody involved. From the faculty, the equipment people, the training staff. So definitely little kids that's on the sideline. I'm always gonna stop by, joke with them, ask them, just I asked them, what they ate for breakfast. It was something like that, but just regular conversation, just regular conversation.
No, I remember you did that with me last year when
Yeah.
right after you had played a few games,
Yeah.
and then you came over and sat in the stands, and we were talking about food.
Yeah.
So, have you learned some good spots in Edmonton now that you've after our conversation?
Yeah, it was a spot that y'all had told me about, and the last one I had went to, it's kind of like a wing, like a bar and grill, but I
Ooh.
can't. It's like a brewery. I can't think of the name exactly.
Oh, was it downtown?
Yeah, I think so. I think that in.
Is it just Brewster's?
I think it's Brewster's.
Yeah, because they have wicked wings and nice beers. Yeah,
it was that. Yeah, it was them. It was so nice. It was so nice. But yeah, after y'all suggestion, I definitely went out and looked. And I guess the food here in Edmonton is definitely something that I've been indulging in, getting my best stuff, because I'm a foodie for sure.
Well, we'll have to get you out there. Yeah. We'll try some other things. So, tell us what it's like with all the new guys in the receiving core. Obviously, you've now got Dunbar and Gino and Swerve in there, like guys so we switched up a little bit.
Yeah.
You're almost like the Elks veteran
Yeah,
on the group,
crazy. Yeah, honestly.
other than Manny, I guess. But what's that been like?
Definitely, it's been like that's what I said. It's been an adjustment for sure, because just in coming in half the year in a small amount of time, I was shifted to being one of the older Elks guys in the room, and I still as well listen to Manny and look up to Manny. So just being one of those people and seeing Gino, seeing Dunbar, seeing Swerve come in, it makes me excited. I feel like, leave me alone, dude. I feel like
Taylor Cornelius coming right in there. Yeah. Next time he's got to come around this way.
He should have showed his face.
That's right. Yeah, that's okay. We can make fun of him later.
Yeah, he's trying to make fun of me. I'm trying to think. But basically, being with Dunbar and being with Gino, especially, I feel like having Swerve come along, it definitely opens the wide receiver room up. And even for the young guys, seeing these vets that been in the league come in and seeing them play and work hard, it's an inspiration to me and to be around them. But I'm definitely excited to not only learn and gel with Taylor and just be with those guys who just came in, because it's definitely something that we've been bonding and just getting to know each other, so we can because communication is big out on the field. So everything we want to be like we want to be like brothers. So that's something that me, Gino, Dunbar, and I feel like Swerve and the new guys are definitely starting to gel and be together a lot more.
Oh, this is fantastic.
Oh yeah, it's great. Yeah,
it's going to be a fun year. So Dylan, we'll get you on the pod for a full chat during the season. But
can't wait.
Thanks for catching up with us now, and good luck for our training camp.
And thank you. Thank you so much, man.
All right. That was an excellent conversation with Dylan Mitchell. He is a fun guy to chat with, and I love the fact that they were having some fun with Taylor Cornelius. It's like, dude, if you're gonna, then get in the shot. Like, you don't. Anyway, it was very good. Actually, one of my favorite parts is when he was talking to the kids, and he said, I was that kid once, and I wanted 100%. To meet that guy. And I just went over and asked them, what did they have for breakfast? It's just
speaking as a parent of one of the kids he was talking to. Thomas was pretty much floating on air. Got to talk to him. Got to talk to Konar. Got to talk to Ed Gainey and a few others. And it just makes all the difference in the world. And I've said it so many times. That's what builds fans for life.
Yeah. Absolutely. And this is a guy that's like on the precipice of being a superstar as far as I'm concerned, and be very interesting to see. There's a couple of lineups on that first day where they had him and Gino on the same side.
Yeah. Good luck.
And then you load up that side, and guess who's on the other side? Oh, Dunbar.
Dunbar and Manny, and
unbelievable. It was it was very, very cool. The other thing that we didn't mention up front actually is we have proof Daniel Ross is a real person.
He lives.
Neat. And he's good.
Yeah. The other thing we didn't talk about was Domagala.
Oh yeah,
His leg was monstrous.
Yeah, for punting, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, every time he punted, the guy had to run backwards.
Right.
It's yeah, so that was and Faithful they were really leaning on him for doing the field goals.
Yeah.
Nailed a couple of long ones. And
Took a bit to get in
yeah.
there. He was like wide left, then he was wide right, and then he was sitting in the middle. So
Yeah. Then right down the middle.
just took a little bit to get used to it.
Well, he just wanted to give Swerve an opportunity to return it.
There we go. See,
Like,
he's
it's
a
all
team
about
guy.
practice. It's all about practice.
Sorry, like there's only one Swerve, and he played for the Lions a long time ago. So
It's fair.
I'm
That's
like, Ed
fair.
Hervey? No,
no, he didn't get it either. No.
well,
He didn't get it either.
just Fernandez.
So, with Domagala, was it you guys that were saying that he can probably do both jobs? They've only got him down as punter, or was that
He
What?
was doing both.
Yeah.
okay?
He did both in Hamilton last
Yep.
year. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he could. I do think they're going to have the global position there, though,
Right.
Yeah.
Possibly.
unless this D lineman is something else. But I don't know how he cracks that D line. I mean,
It is a tough D line to crack.
you got to think AC Leonard,
Serezna.
Serezna, and Pelly are locks. So who you got? Thomas, you've got
I
Ross.
didn't see much of Thomas.
Yeah, that's fair. But and Thomas could be that like kind of
Rotation guy.
fourth
Yeah.
linebacker guy too.
Yeah.
But you've got Ross, you've got Charles Pierre. No.
Yep.
Is that right?
Olivier Charles Pierre. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
He's got 3 first names and no last name. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's confusing.
So like the opposite of McLeod Bethel Thompson.
Right.
Okay.
Between the two of them, there's
Yeah.
3 whole people.
We need to get McLeod on here, and then we can
Yeah.
have look, we just wanted to have 3 people on the show at once. We just invited you two. Yeah. It's perfect. I do want to also say a quick thank you to Hernan for helping to set up the
100%.
interview again.
And,
We will have
and getting us these.
exactly, and we will have more interviews
Yeah.
this year. And next time I'll remove the shades. But anyway, it was it was fun. It was very fun. Anything else that stood out to you in those first 2 days?
It was just, again, great to see everyone just up there and playing again. And it was great to see a lot of people there on that first day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds like today we might have gained a couple of Lisa projects.
Yeah.
A couple of people. Lindamian. Is that how you say his name? Lindamian?
I think it's Lindimian.
Lindimian?
Yeah.
L. Brooks was did go down. So
Yeah.
and the other one was Ben Curtis.
Noah Curtis. Yeah.
Noah Curtis. There you go. And so our little reports from Paul. Thank you very much, Paul, for your insight.
Amen.
And nice when you are there when we can't be all the time. So that was cool. I am hoping to be out there on Friday and of course Saturday, because they'll have another one going that day. Are you guys planning to get out at all the rest of this week?
For me, I'll be there tomorrow.
Okay.
And then we're gone for the weekend, so I won't be able to be there until next week after that.
Okay. And Linda?
I'll be there for at least a couple hours tomorrow. Working on a couple of hours on Thursday. Good to go Friday, Saturday. So
Awesome. Fantastic.
We'll all represent.
Yep. That's right. We'll all be there. All right. Now we're going to do a little different Hoard and Tell this evening.
Yes.
Because Linda has some amazing items that I think you could share with us. So, Linda, take it away with some Hoard and Tell. Show us some of the things you have behind you.
all right. In the spirit of training camp, we have football on a stick.
Yeah.
Yay!
It is a drill we have not seen in the last couple of camps.
No.
Yeah.
But
Because
it
you've
is
got it.
That's true. Yes, I believe our friend Paul made an arrangement with Dwayne years ago. This was presented to me at the game in Fort McMurray, which happened to fall on my birthday.
Oh.
So It's autographed. It's got a lot of great autographs. It's pretty beat up, as any football on a stick should be. So I think
Wow.
I can just sit here and pull guys offside all night long.
It looks like a
So-
scepter, like the queen of training camp.
That's the title of the podcast right there.
76
Queen of Training Camp.
Well, anyway,
So it is one of my favorite things that I have.
It's amazing. You really do need to just bring it to camp and come down
Okay.
on, and just see what happens. See if the guys jump or not. It'd be so much fun.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
And the other thing I wanted to show you was a gift from my alumni guys.
Wow.
They gave me this at Grey Cup.
that is
So the
beautiful.
CFL alumni, and so the
That's
full
so
meal deal.
amazing.
That is
So-
phenomenal.
Awfully proud of this.
Yes.
So yeah, so that's my hoard and tell.
That is outstanding.
That's so awesome.
Paul.
We read Paul's comment at the exact same time. long history of pulling guys offside. That's amazing.
Oh, Paul.
With friends like Paul.
Who needs enemas?
Oh my goodness. Ay, ay, ay. That's so funny. That's hilarious. All right. Thank you for doing Step In Hoard and Tell there.
Yes.
That was awesome. And if
My absolute pleasure.
and if you guys can get football on a stick, because there's nothing like pulling guys offside.
Well, I know football on a bungee. I would.
Oh,
That's the
wreck
next step. Yeah, that's
that just goes to prove you can't catch footballs with your face.
Oh, so I need one of those for here, is what you're saying.
You need a jugs machine.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I need. That's right. Yes. Well, I'm the jugs man. That's it just never gets old, does it? Okay.
Yes, Paul. I would have Paul put in the chat line. I would have hoarded and told it, but I'm not wearing it right now. But yes, the first honorary alumnus for
Absolutely.
the CFL Alumni Association.
I'm so glad we were there to see it.
the only one that didn't buy it at auction.
The which?
Anyway,
The only one that didn't buy it at all.
I didn't get it at an auction.
Yeah.
It was a gift.
It was a gift.
She earned it.
That's very true. Very true.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming, I know it's way early, Linda, but I'm assuming that you're going to be involved again in the alumni luncheon this year at the Grey Cup.
God willing, yeah.
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 And the creek don't rise.
And the great don't rise. Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent.
Oh, you sound like Coach Cowboy
Oh, exactly.
Oh boy.
or Animal.
Or Animal, or whoever. Bon Jovi.
Well, it's just the way the wind was blowing.
Oh,
We still don't know who that guy is. He was we think he's a guest coach.
I think so. Yeah.
He talked to Paul and I yesterday, and Paul talked to him again today, I think. But yeah, he lives just outside of Houston. Good friends with Chris Jones. He's been coaching all kinds of places. Paul may have more stories for you next week on him, but we chatted with him quite a while, and he's not your average looking football coach, and he's not your average looking cowboy.
Yes.
But that's exactly what he is.
That's true.
Well, he was doing countdown, and I'm like, am I at the right camp? Like, where's Michael? Come on. I can't hear the countdown in the Tennessee accent. I'm not at practice if I can't hear that. Come on now, do that properly. I mean, there's nothing better. 18, 17. I love it so much. Anyway, next time. Quick news note for everybody. Make sure you go on and vote for Punter to be voted into the Mascot Hall of Fame, because why not?
I heard he would be the first CFL mascot so enshrined.
Right? Exactly.
He's no CJ Seal, and he's no Ipsco Goose,
That's true.
but he's still the best baked potato out there.
Correct.
At least he's not Booze and Bummer out of Winnipeg
That's
or whatever their names are.
Booze and Bummer.
I think that's it.
That's close enough. Yeah. For this show, it's bang on. I think we nailed it. Okay, we have a game this week.
Yes.
Oh my, we get to do kind of like a game preview.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
We'll be down in Calgary, preseason game, Elks versus Stamps, 2:00 kickoff. It looks like it's going to be a beauty day, assuming that the smoke clears.
Yep.
Linda, you'll be down there. I will be down there with the boys. Paul will be down there. I know there's a good collection of us going down to see how things are going. I understand it's just preseason. I understand
Doesn't
that it's
matter.
just that, like it means nothing. It's just evaluation. But like, I am so excited.
I was chatting with JT Hay just before the podcast, and he said Calgary also practiced inside today. I thought we were the only ones lucky enough to be able to do that. So I was kind of hoping Calgary would lose a step from their practice today, but they were indoors as well.
Well, I think they were in a hall, so that's not quite the same thing. So
I don't know that
like
they
the
can
hall
put
of
pads on.
hotel room?
yeah, there's a hallway.
Just a hallway.
Yeah. That's all they
And
got.
I don't feel so bad.
Can we do a practice in a hallway just because I want to see Charles Pierre and practice in a hallway?
By himself.
Correct.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Outstanding.
The queen of training camp is all set to go. Oh my, I love that so much. Now it's the only game this week, so we don't get to do like pick 'em or anything like that. And of course, it's correct. Like, yeah. So
That was easy.
Thanks, Mike. We should try an over under. Mike, do you have any good prop bets we could throw out on a preseason game?
Number of times Ryan says the team's going to go 18-0 this year.
Well,
so let's say it's set the number at 8,005.5.
I'll take the over.
Yeah, pretty much.
What about? Well, I understand from you guys that the world's fastest cow has been replaced.
I've heard this.
Oh,
So,
really? Interesting.
hard to believe he'd be faster than the last fastest cow, but
Okay.
we'll see.
So
World's second fastest cow doesn't quite have the same ring.
Still seems wrong. I don't fastest cow. Anyway, okay. Why don't we do something like this? How much time will Taylor Cornelius see in this game? Mike, give me a line and you can set a line for once and we'll just have some fun because it's a preseason game. And then we'll go
we're
over
talking
under
game minutes?
Game minutes.
Let's say that's gonna be tough. First game, let's say 3.5 minutes.
3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
You're not getting
out of the 60.
Okay. Linda,
wow.
Over or under?
Way over.
Way over.
In the first game? Interesting.
Okay. I will go I'll go over, but just slightly over. Okay.
I think it's going to be under.
You don't think he's going to play?
I think that they're going to say, because they really want to evaluate the guys they've got in there with Jarrett Dagey. They want to sort of see, I think he might get a series. That's about it.
Okay. I like Cliffy's comment of world's okayest cow. That's pretty good. That's not bad. Okay, that's good. Okay, so you'll take the under. We'll just take the over. I think he gets a couple of series. Like, I think he makes it almost halfway through the first quarter and then go. But Jerry says no minutes. Okay, it's gonna be fun.
I think he'll get as much as a quarter.
Interesting.
Okay.
I can see it at home. That's what I thought. Do you want your starter to be at home?
Yes. Yeah. At home, he'll play probably a half, I would think.
Yeah.
All right. What else are we looking for in this game? Linda, what do you got your eye on for this game?
Well, as Paul says, I kind of have a type. I always watch. I always watch the linemen. I want to see the blocking, the hitting, the pushing, the shoving. My eyes will eventually find who's running down the field to score, but I'll be focused on the line.
Fair enough. Superfan, what do you? Well, you're not going to be seeing it, so you'll be hearing about it afterwards.
I'll be hearing it there, so I'll be relying on you guys to let me know.
And Morley and Dave.
Yes, I will be listening to Morley and Dave, and I'm interested to see how the special teams goes, especially on returns. I want to see who's getting the most reps at returns and how they do, as well as how the blocking goes. So
that's
should be very interesting.
Good things. With like you, Linda, I am going to be watching that offensive line because I'm not entirely sure what the makeup of that line is going to end up being. But I'm really going to keep an eye on that secondary, just to kind of see who's going to be playing where and what, like how many minutes they're getting in each spot. We saw Purifoy playing safety on day one. Is Hutter going to get some more time in there? Are they going to shuffle some guys around? Does Purifoy move out to a half spot? I'm curious yeah, exactly. So I'm quite curious as to how that secondary is going to play out. I think we've got some great pieces back there. I just want to see, who's in the spots. So that should be rather interesting for sure. We're going to call a win in a game that means nothing?
Everything.
Absolutely. All right.
Anytime you can beat Calgary in Calgary,
we'll take it.
It's a win.
That's fair. Now, the most important question for this week is, Linda, what is the beer of the week for a preseason game?
I happen to be ready for this one.
I figured you would be.
I have chosen for this week an Icarus Imperial Stout from Blind Man Brewing in Lacombe.
Oh,
Icarus being what runs through the veins of gods.
Of course.
And we need that. And so it is the sustenance of mythical gods. That means undying and death overcoming. Perhaps the ancients were suggesting that lone souls become immortal simply by filling themselves with this nectar. So that's what I'm going for tonight.
And we do hope that Calgary flies too close to the sun. So
correct.
We do. So this is a small can, high alcohol volume. Do this responsibly.
Okay.
This is an 11 ABV, so it's worth more than 2 of your regular beers for all you Molson fans out there.
Wow.
In a Teku glass for maximum tasting pleasure. Yummy. The blood of gods.
Can we make sure that Calgary drinks a bunch of those before the game?
That would be great.
Or you want them just to get faced?
Yeah, why not?
They can do that on Coors Light.
That's true. They'll just be full on Coors Light. Oh my God.
And what is that one called again? Icarus Stout?
Icarus Imperial Stout.
Imperial Stout.
Yeah.
Right. Isn't there a big crown supposed to go on your head now?
Yeah. I think
sure
that's
I have.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That goes way back. There we go. Oh, that is fantastic.
Oh, that. Yeah.
There's a margarine commercial in there somewhere.
There is. Yeah. That sounds super tasty. All right. Well, thank you, Linda, for joining us. We will hopefully get to chat with you more in overtime. But for the time being, where does everybody find you if they want to catch up with you online?
On Twitter, I'm at LUE42 Enterprise, and on Instagram, which I barely know how to use, I think I'm True42 or True42 Lala. I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
Just start with True42 and go from there.
Somebody insta me and I'll find it. Yeah. Okay. So, I'm really bad at it.
It's all right.
I'm still Facebook, so you can find me there.
Okay, yeah. We can find you as long as it's not somebody impersonating you. We can find you on
right.
That's good. That's the one part.
That's been happening a lot.
Yeah, it does.
Well, it's flattering, really.
Really, I mean, everybody wants to be the queen of training camp. Follow Commissioner at Duchess Lombardi, who should only be out for just on the one game list, so she should be
Excellent.
back next week. Superfan, where does everybody find you?
They can find me at 56 Parkies on most social channels, and then the football history and Horde Intel segments you can find at EDMHISDOREE.
Fantastic. And you can follow me at Freepalicious, and you can follow the show at the Turf District, and that's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
Oh,
Not that I put anything on there lately, but
nothing on the Snapchat?
No, not on the Snapchat. No.
Truth Social? No? Okay.
No, didn't go that one. No, Mastodon, haven't done that one yet. You know, lots of options. We'll get there, but for now, I can only manage so many things, and even the ones I have, I can barely manage. So
just get one app, does it all.
Exactly. Find us all there, and of course, follow our friends at Pay It Forward with Football. They, of course, are doing all they can to help spread kindness through the game of football. So follow them wherever you can. And of course, make sure that you catch up with us throughout this week. If you're going to be down in Calgary, make sure you reach out so that we can catch up with you there and have a little bit of a chat as we get into the game. And next week, we get to talk about a game result. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. Next week, we will also hopefully be joined by Mr. Paul Reckner to give out this year's Jimmy Gaines Award. I don't say it anywhere near as good as him. Well done, Linda. That was a good preamble for those people who didn't catch that. You'll have to figure it out later. We have an award. We have a trophy going out this year. So we will announce the Jimmy Gaines winner next week. So please join us on Tuesday night next week. Thank you so much for joining us as always. For Linda and Commissioner Kayla and Superfan Mike, I'm Andrew. Remember, you can't catch footballs with your face, and we will absolutely talk to you in 1 week.
Don't go anywhere.
Good Lord, no, this is awesome. Okay. I don't think I caught that as I turned the mics live back on. So we have your cut. Anyway, that's good. Good to know these things. We are back in overtime. You probably all heard me because I forgot to turn my mic off when I was telling Linda that she did great. So don't worry about it.
But it's true.
She did do great. It's amazing. Yeah. So we are in overtime. And we can go back over the chat to catch all the things that you guys had for us. Superfan, what is coming up on the chats?
Well, Tim Capper does say he wants a Max Headroom version of Andrew back. So
better.
There we are.
There you are.
There's a brainiac look.
Something I know, right? I can actually do it. Yeah.
That's
Although actually the best part is I didn't actually put it out. I meant to, but Tyler was kind enough to take my my SCTV comment last week and add in the sound effect for the 3D of the, and it was outstanding. Thank you, my friend. Made me laugh.
3D House of Forehead.
It was outstanding. Very, very good.
Cosmic Rhubarb, Leanne has a question. How long can someone be on the suspended list?
Well, I think it's all season.
I think it's beyond that.
Is that right? Okay.
Well, I mean, look at it. Good old Rocketfoot is still on the suspended list, and he was put on there last year.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm not so good at the Afrikaan name, so Rocketfoot will do.
Yeah.
And I think Sumac is also someone that was on the suspended list last year. Sumac.
Yeah. He's offensive lineman. He was a draft pick, was he not?
Yeah, he was, and he's still in this. So, I'm not sure how long, but I guess as long as the contract goes for. So.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know that there's a set time limit.
Right.
Right.
Basically, as long as we own your rights for as long as that contract, and
Yeah.
you want to keep playing football, you got to
Show
come
up.
through us. Yep.
Yep.
I mean, some of them people are put on for all kinds of reasons. You mentioned that Martez Ivy was on because of passport issues that
Mhm.
he will probably work out right away. Some people go back to school, and we want to maintain their rights. So instead of releasing them, we suspend them, and that way, when they finish school, if they decide they want to play football, then we still own their rights, things like that. So
Right.
all kinds of reasons. Or there's people that just don't show up.
Well played.
Ken Ludwig was wondering what Lindimian Brooks' 40 time was. Paul says 4:37.
Wow.
Yeah, I did say it was faster than mine, and when Paul said 4:37, I wanted to know if that was me or Brooks, because we're very similar.
Very.
Yeah,
Very.
it's like looking in a mirror.
I look forward to you doing that interview.
Yeah,
It'll be
yeah, great.
because I'm excited to see a twins
Exactly.
interview each other.
As we are so similar.
Correct. I liked when we were doing that when Linda said, "Well, 4 minutes and 37 seconds. I could probably do it in that."
See?
That was,
Not a problem.
The things that go on while the interview was playing. Anyway, It was great. Yeah.
Jerry is saying that they were saying that the TSN crew were speaking highly of Adam Rain during the global draft. He could stick.
Interesting. Okay.
And that's our defensive. I mean, he's over 300 pounds, so he's not a small man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's bigger than some of our offensive linemen.
Yeah.
So that should be entertaining to watch. Well, I mean, not, we have another defensive tackle that's bigger than 2 offensive linemen, I think. So
we may have mentioned him a couple of times this evening.
yes.
Yeah.
3
He's
first
Linda's
names, no last
type, I
name.
hear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Paul talking about our guest coach says, introduce myself to him. He replied, I'm good looking, but you can call me handsome. And that's how I greeted him today. Did you say, hi, handsome? Come here often?
Yeah, he is an interesting looking character.
He's just an interesting dude. He came up and talked to us after that first practice. I think you were down on the field for the interview.
Oh,
He came up and just thanked us for all being there. And
really?
yeah.
Nice.
Just
What's his actual
great-
name?
He did not say.
Okay.
I think it's Dan something.
I think it's handsome.
Dansome. Okay.
Dan Handsome. What it is now.
Okay. Yep. Dan Handsome. It's gonna
Yep.
be that from now
There's
on.
another nickname we had yesterday. I can't remember what it was. Or on Sunday.
We did, but it's really unkind. So
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
I think there's another one now.
there was.
Oh, excellent. There was.
But for those who haven't been to camp, just picture Animal from the Muppet Show.
Yeah.
That's
About the
That's
same
my
height, same hair.
Yep. Yeah. Same build.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good. Yeah. Dan Handsome. I like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
That seems fair.
Yeah.
Paul says his favorite kind of Icarus, speaking of your beer, is Twizzlers. So that's good. I suggested if they had 11 ABV licorice, I'd be all over that.
true. A shout out to Matt Preddy for cracking open the first.
Yes.
We all had them, but only Matt offered them up that day.
Yep.
So that was great.
That was awesome. So Jerry's asking, is Loxley strictly taking quarterback reps, or is he also taking receiver reps? He's been in the gold jersey the whole time, and as far as I've seen, he's only done quarterback reps. But that was a lot like last year as well in training camp in the first week. So
yeah. And then it was once they did the first cut downs, we started to see him doing more outside of being quarterback. But I don't know that there's room in the receiving core to have him.
That's just it. Unless it's a 6 receiver set, I just don't know. And even then,
I was gonna say, yeah, even then
who is sitting?
Correct.
It is going to be a very tough cut to crack that lineup, and we have some good players that are not going to make it.
Well, and we didn't even talk about Gavin Cobb playing on that far side, and he did make a couple of really nice catches. So it's it was. Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen with that receiving core. It's nuts.
Yeah, absolutely. And then again, even rotating in, I haven't actually paid attention to who's been doing the holds on field goal kickings either.
It was Hutchins
Right.
for the last scrimmage on Sunday for sure,
Yep.
but I don't know who was doing it Monday. But
Interesting.
yes, very interesting.
Leanne, sorry I missed you on Sunday, Mike. Yeah, that is too bad. I didn't see you in the stands, and then I heard that Andrew met you in the parking lot after. So
Well, she didn't come into the stands. She had texted me, and I was already down on the field, so I couldn't
right.
kind of let anybody know. And then her and James had pulled in and were just waiting by my car when I came out. So we just got a chance to visit for a couple of minutes, which was
Meeting
really
in the
nice.
parking lot, waiting by your car. It sounds like a dangerous drug deal or something.
Right? Yeah. Well, it was Leanne.
Hugs, not
No.
drugs.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. There was those. Yeah.
Yeah. Jerry says, for reference on 40 times for us old kids, I believe Larry Highbaugh ran a 4:39 40. So Brooks was faster than Larry Highbaugh, who, by the way, still owns the world record for the fastest time at the 70-yard dash, mostly because they haven't run it in 40 years.
Right. But he still holds it.
50 years.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. That's a quick guy. That's a quick dude. Yeah.
Absolutely. Paul does say that the coach's name is Mark.
Oh,
So I guess Mark Handsome.
Mark.
So that's nice.
Handsome Mark.
Handsome Mark. Oh, I like that. Handsome
See?
Mark.
Handsome Mark. That's what we're gonna call him from now on.
Wasn't that the guy in the Italian Job?
I'm sure it was.
Handsome Rob, Handsome Bob. I don't know.
I think it was. I think it was Handsome Rob. But anyway,
Well, whatever. Handsome Mark
Handsome-
it is.
it is. Yep.
Or Animal. We're good with either one.
Either one. I'm sure he won't mind.
Paul does say, I think Gavin Cobb is the key to unlock a full-time platoon with a national receiver spot. Not sure Amberger and Danny V are enough to hold off an import without him.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. Yeah. Gavin Cobb. I think he's got all the makings, right? And
he looked great returning the punts and kicks and everything else too.
Yeah, and didn't no ill effects. Like it didn't.
No, it didn't seem like it.
Was running really smoothly, so that was really good. Yeah, absolutely. Good.
Leanne was saying we were delayed leaving home because one of us was playing the new Zelda. And you know what? I'm glad she took responsibility for that. But you know what?
Fair.
James was willing to wait. So that's good.
That's good. It's very good.
It's important.
It's important to support each other that way.
Right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Exactly.
It's still a honeymoon phase.
Linda, preseason game. Is Floating Head Brian coming to that game, or is that just you? Or gonna?
No, I think I'll leave Brian. Brian wouldn't go back to McMahon, so I don't think it's fair to bring him now. Later on camp opening, I went to the cemetery and left some Twizzlers and Spits so that he wouldn't get left out. But I think Tree's going, and probably Lil, Paul, of course. So they'll be a good contingent.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. All right, and Superfan, what do you think what's our timing like on getting the tailgate menu out for the year?
So the menu is pretty close to being finished. We've done a first full draft of all of it. I just want to go through it and sort of make sure the logistics are going to work there. Like, what equipment are we going to need? Who's bringing what? How much are we going to need of certain things that might be harder to find or not? I will say we are doing 2 rounds of tacos in a bag this year by popular request. So that's going to be great. Of course, the Labor Day rematch is always tacos in a bag, which is one of our favorite times. Oddly enough, that seems to be the time when Dave and Morley do a live spot from Tailgate.
It's weird, right?
Yeah. Interesting. And and they are willing to choke 1 or 3 of those down. So that's good.
I did tell Dave that he needs to make more trips out. I gave him a little preview of the tailgate menu, and he said, "Oh my, I need to make sure I make a few more trips out there." I'm like, I can just see you're going to be texting me like, "Bring me some food." I gotta come in and drop it off and come back out to the tailgate.
Yeah, I think we've got 3 or 4 new items that are coming in this year, at least 4.
Yep.
Now that I think about it, that we are doing for the first time this year. We'll be trying them out at home first, just to make sure we're not killing anybody. But I think it could be some fun items for sure. We have a lot of friends that are going to be first time tailgaters this year, getting their first spots. Chad has his first spot.
Mhm.
Scout from the Elks herd is going to have his first spot. Of course, Sean and Janelle
Yep.
will have their own spot as well, and of course, us and so many
Us.
others out there.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. You don't want to fill up at just one spot. You want to sort of wander around, and it'd be like a taste of Edmonton 9-10 times this season.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. We are trying to coordinate a little bit with some of the other spots too. We might be
Yeah.
able to do like a chili cook-off on
Oh
one,
yeah,
and
Scout's been
everybody
planning that
brings.
with a lot of
Oh,
people.
got trying to work that out, and
Yeah,
we saw Mr. Cordy at training camp on
right.
Sunday, and he said, "Just tell me the date." I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're just gonna win." But yeah, okay, we can. No, we'll let him know. And no, it's great, right? We're seeing everybody again. Everybody's getting
Yeah.
together, and we know that means that it's close, and we're all going to be in our favorite spot before long.
Yeah, and of course, we got a lot of people who will be coming for their first time. I've spoken to a few people who are first-time season ticket holders,
Nice.
which is going to be great. I know a few people that have bought tickets to the opening game because if they don't win the opening
Yeah.
game, then they keep getting seats until they do. But I just have a feeling that'll be the only time they get a free ticket. So they bought their ticket, but they're not getting any free ones because I think we're winning that opening home game versus Sask. So
I sure hope so.
I think so.
I would like to talk about a home win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a few seasons.
You don't say.
Yeah.
I think we are acutely aware of that, but yes, that's because we had to keep talking about it.
Our
Yeah.
last home win is currently a memory, but soon it'll be a very recent memory.
Excellent. I like that.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. Anything else in the chats that we need to chat about there tonight?
Paul did say if the new nationalized Canadian rule comes in, Manny Arsenault could potentially play a role in a platoon.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, because
Once
he
you've
could
been
get
to,
the naturalized Canadian position.
is it 4 years of league
I thought so. 4 years in the league,
or 3 with the team?
3 with the same team. Yeah.
What was that, Linda?
What was the thing you guys were talking about with the 49%, like the new rule that may come in this year? You can do.
Yeah, you can replace a Canadian with an American for 49% of the snaps in a game.
So then we were talking about how
The naturalized,
how logistically that would work. Who keeps track? How do you score?
Right.
And I have a confession to make about myself here, because Paul said, well, maybe it'll be a chip in his helmet. And those of you who know me know that football is closely with potato chips for me. And all I can think is the helmet, that's the chip bowl with the dip. And I'm just going all, chips. Like, so I still don't know how it'll work, but now I got this whole other train of thought going on.
It sounds delicious. I've seen the helmets with the 2 beer holes, maybe a can of Pringles in each one.
Oh, see? Perfect. Yeah.
There we go.
That's the guy. He can only be, when he finishes the Pringles, he can't be out on the field anymore. Yeah.
So feed me enough chips, I'll count all the plays and the reps.
See? That is exactly how it's going to happen.
I like how this is working out.
Yeah. Leanne is saying that I would like TSN to stop talking about not having a home win. So would we all.
Yeah.
We'll
talked
add
about
it to the drinking game.
Yeah. So good Lord, we'll be blitzed by halftime.
Granted, if we just shut it down in game 1,
right,
of regular season, then.
But that's what I'm saying. We'll be blitzed by halftime of game 1.
That's fair. That's fair.
Until we win it.
Yeah. Very true.
Especially if we're drinking Icarus Imperial Stout.
That's true. Yeah. 11%. Holy man. Yeah.
Modit.
That's got a little power on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the other thing that we should kind of half announce, we're trying to look at doing some live watch parties if at all possible too. So we're doing live podcasting at the same time. So we'll see how that goes, but we're trying to set some of those up for some away games this year. So stay tuned for that. And
Maybe
yeah,
even tailgates.
ooh, well, there will be some live pods from tailgates.
See?
Yeah, that little rig that I got going to do that interview with Dylan Mitchell, that's going to come in handy this year.
Yes.
Yes, we're going to be using that for sure.
You need to get a harness that you can just wear the whole time so your hands free. Huh? Just coming out of your chest like that. It'll be great.
Yeah, instead of like football on a stick, it's camera on a selfie stick kind of thing.
Sure.
It's attached to me. I don't think anybody wants to see that.
You're not in marketing. I see that.
No.
Right.
No. Nope. Sure not. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me tell you, if that phone needs to have a good night's sleep, I can help it out. But other
There
than
we
that,
go.
too bad. Yeah, on your own. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us for the show tonight. Thank you for joining us for overtime. We will have so much more to talk about next week when we're talking about all the guys on the field, what looked good, who stood out, who is like, oh, and who's on the line as far as
maybe some cuts.
Yeah, I don't know. That second round of cuts doesn't come until I think later in the week, or is it? I think it's actually after our Winnipeg game, is it not?
After the second home game? Maybe.
I think so. So I don't know if we'll see, but it's Jones. So he may just cut guys to bring some other guys in to look at them before the second game. So I'm sure we'll have some roster moves to talk about. We'll have a game to talk about. We're going to have talk a win. Pulling in my inner Valentine.
Right.
We're going to talk about a win. How's that? Not bad.
Is that what Ryan does?
That's what Ryan does. Yeah, he's got
okay.
that little shit face dance he does. It makes me laugh every time. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us once again. For Linda and Superfan Mike, I'm Andrew. Remember, you can't catch footballs with your face, and we will absolutely talk to you next week.